Yo, what's up guys, Nandra here, and today I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a different game today. This game is going to be about value trading and why you need to do it. Well, why you need to do it early game. Alright, so value trading is the sense of, or value trading, to define it, is basically trying to stretch out your card value and your overall card economy by making as many of your cards as possible go 2 for 1, or even upwards of 3 to 4 for 1. So that'll be cards like say Levi, Master Mage Levi, Priest of the Cudgel, all of those like swing card evos. However, in the early game, you can also do this by going ahead and killing off creatures that can't kill you in response, such as, for example, clearing off their 1/2 goblin with your 2-drop. They don't have another ping most likely, so, and most likely that their 2-drop is gonna go ahead and trade into your 2-drop, so that's a value trade because you're able to kill 2 guys for 1 guy. Okay. So this game was pretty crazy because well, I'm not gonna say my opponent solely lost off of that, but it did swing the matchup in my favor quite a bit. So I'm gonna be versus mid-range Shadow. This is going to be using the dragon list that I use most of the time. This is going to be the one that has Polyphonic Roar in it. Okay, so he's going first. So he's in a really good spot. I keep the Sybil just because I have a lot of early anti-aggro, and I'm expecting to draw into one of them. However, with the advent of Dragon Summoner, you can throw back the Sybil if you want, if you think you're going to see a Dragon Summoner. However, I like to be safe, and so I just go and keep the Sybil. So I see an early Dragon Summoner. This is good. He plays Spartoy. Him playing the Spartoy telegraphed to me that he was most likely Ektar. And that's fine, because versus Ektar, this deck is favored. This deck, well, at least when I play it, is favored versus it, just because I know what I'm doing, and I know how to prevent the Ektar from going too out of control. Alright, so here, I get the Blazing Breath, and this is going to show you guys what I was talking about in my video, in which you can use the Dragon Summoner to augment your Blazing Breath and make it into a mini Breathless Salamander, because your Dragon Summoner replaces itself, and that's perfectly fine. Alright, now here, he has 2/2s on the board. He doesn't, right, so he gets punished if he doesn't trade, because if I draw a swing card evo, like Tina, then suddenly, oh hey, this Dragon Summoner gets to live again. This is important because this is going into his turn 5. Turn 5, he's mid-range Shadow. He wants to play Cerberus here. However, if he plays Cerberus, Cerberus just dies on board. I have a Sybil in my hand too. Keeping an unevolved Sybil is insane versus mid-range Shadow, especially into the mid game, because again, he's going into 5. He wants to play Cerberus, and going into his turn 6, he either has to have second Cerberus or he has to invest a lot of cards into clearing off the Sybil, and that's fine for me because I have more evos than him. This is important because suddenly, when he's out of evos, his deck becomes a lot easier to deal with, just because I no longer have to worry about Serb Phantom Hawk for 11 and all these other things. So again, I'm going to go ahead and play Tina. I'm going to go ahead and clear off both things. I'm going to go ahead and swing for 1. Again, he has a Cerberus here, and he's immediately punished because the Cerberus dies on board and he has to give me an Evo point. Like he was literally giving me an Evo point for free. Alright, now here I do have the option to Carver. However, because he had that weak turn, the play here is going to be Sybil, because Sybil discourages his Death's Breath. Death's Breath becomes really ridiculous when you can go ahead and go Death's Breath and then Evo over target, so you still have 2 zombies left. But here, his zombies are dead on arrival. Like, if he plays Death's Breath, he loses 3 shadows, because obviously when the zombies die, he'll regain the shadows. He'll regain half of the necromancy. However, like, Sybil's already going to kill 1, the Scyther is going to kill 2, and just any playable creature I had here was going to kill at least 2 of his deaths. Yeah, at least 2 of his breath targets. However, had he traded earlier, I would have been in a bad spot, because suddenly he can go ahead and revenge kill my Sybil with his Death's Breath, and he'll have 2 zombies on the board for Ektar. Like, 2 zombies with an Ektar, like, that's 8 damage. Like, that's just so much. And so here you're gonna see him go ahead and give me his last Evo. Use a Soul Squasher. Soul Squasher is integral in this matchup, just because you need an answer to things like Bahamut. You need answers to things like Sybil. So he trades, and then that's it. Like, he has a dead turn. I can now freely play Fervor, and oh hey, look at that, Dragon suddenly in the late game. Like, and I still have 2 Evos left. This is important because if I draw Sybil, or not Sybil, if I have Israfils, then suddenly his Ektars are a joke, just because, oh, he plays the Ektars, and then I just play Israfil, I heal, and I full clear his board. And like, he's already used a Soul Squasher too, so this is important because he needs to have second Soul Squasher to be in a good spot. However, no matter what he plays here, I'm just gonna play Bahamut. Like, he can't play Mord, because if he plays Mord and I have 5 damage in hand, well, he's dead. Like, alright, so he has the Soul Splasher, that's fine, but that's used up all of his shadows that they would like to use on a second Ektar, and I can go ahead and play Polyphonic Roar here. The Polyphonic Roar was important just because if he was playing Mordecai and stuff like that, then I can go ahead and keep him on a timer. Right, now here he plays Dark Alice, but again, it doesn't matter, just because I'm just so vastly ahead of him right now. Like, I made it to late game at 18 HP as Dragon. Like, it's already hard enough to kill Dragon when they're at 5 HP, but how are you going to kill me when I'm at 20? And I still had an Evo point left. So I'm going to go ahead and play a Raw Burst. I'm going to go ahead and kill off the Alice. The killing off the Alice is important just because this locks him out of the remainder of his deck. If he wants to have Bahamut here, that's fine. However, I'm gonna get to go ahead and see how many cards he has left in hand. And then, and additionally, I already have 2 Bahamuts and a Scyther in my hand. I have the late game secured right now. He plays Grimnir, but again, like, what does Grimnir do here? But yeah, it really just came down to that one trade. That one trade that he just decided not to make swung so many things in my favor. That was like ridiculous. You can't just assume that, oh, my opponent isn't gonna have a swing card evo, or oh, my opponent isn't gonna have a way of clearing everything on this board, because there are a lot of swing card evos in the game right now. There's Priest of the Cudgel, there's Tina, there's Dragon Warrior, like just so many. Like, and it's really important to try to take as many trades as you can to make your board as sticky as possible, because the only way he died there was, oh, if I had Dragon Warrior or if I had Tina. Dragon Warrior and Tina are pretty common right now in Dragon, just because, well, as I said, everyone's playing swing card evos, because you need to try to mop up boards as quickly as possible, just so that way they don't get too out of control. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. But let me go ahead and know what you think about value trades and just like swing card evos in general right now. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.